Welcome to the Lake District, more specifically Silver How. Now the views from there are fantastic, but it is quite breezy today, so I've just come downhill a little bit. So I'm here with Rich and we're here for 4 days, 3 nights of wild camping and walking and general fun. So the idea is we've got a rough route and it's going to take us from Elterwater, where we started earlier on, and we're heading over towards the Langdale Pikes this evening, and then tomorrow we'll be descending down to Wasdale, and then after that back up Scafell Pike, and it's going to be a really good few days. The weather is looking quite promising. We might get a little bit of a shower later on, but yeah, it's going to be great. So let's see what happens. We've been walking for about 2 hours now and we're heading towards Bleed Rig, and we've met up with the Lake District legend Peter Dixon. I met Peter about, I'm going to say 5 years ago, when I was with Alex, Chris and Gary, and we were doing a walk from Seascale area around Scafell Pike and Great Gable, etc. And I think he's going to be camping with us tonight up at Langdale Pikes, around that sort of area. Welcome to Wainwright number 2, Bleed Rig. Still quite a bit of a breeze, but I don't mind, it's quite refreshing. So there's the legendary Scafell Tarn just down there, and the peak just there is Pavey Ark, and a route that I've always wanted to do. If my friend Keith's watching this, we should have done this back in the day, but we will do it one day. It's Jake's Rake. It goes up the side there, and it's a really good scramble. One day. Wainwright number 3, Sergeant Man. The views are spectacular. And just back there we've got our first glimpse of the Great Gable. So I mentioned Great Gable in the distance there. Got Great End, and obviously we can't not mention Scafell Pike. Right in the centre at the top.
The wheels gone mad, we have geese on.
So after a nice walk across the moor there, we've arrived at High Raise, and once again the views have opened up. Wainwright number 4, Thuncar Knot. So we're just debating now about where we're going to camp. We're going to try and drop out of the wind a little bit, and it looks like the spot that we're going to choose will have fantastic views of Scafell Pike. So we've found a spot now, and I think we've decided this is the perfect place to camp. Nice and out of the wind, and then once we've pitched up, we're going to head off and pick off a few more of the Wainwrights in the area. So it's good to be back out in the Lux Hex Peak once again. I think it's been around about 3 months since I last used it, and we've got some amazing views out of the front door. So when that sun goes down, it's going to look good. Fingers crossed. We're now on a mission to grab some water. You know you're in the Lake District when you see the Herdwicks. So I've got the new Sawyer Squeeze bottle filter all-in-one device to have a go with. Sawyer sent it out a few weeks ago. I got the old one, obviously, the Sawyer Mini. I've had the Sawyer Squeeze as well, but this is a new one, and so far it's quite interesting. It took a moment, but we managed to get some from the little trickle down there.
Pulls list. Left side.
We've been relaxing for about an hour, something like that, just taking in the views, having a quick chat, and now we're going to head towards Harrison Stickle, and then after that Pavey Ark, and then back. So this is Harrison Stickle, and the view is pretty impressive. The Herdwicks found a good spot for lunch.
You could drive to the campsite and ask the camper
Obviously we've taken in the views, but you've got to tick off the official top as well. That's got to be it. Wainwright number 7 of the day, Pavey Ark. We've just come over from Harrison Stickle, and down there is Stickle Tarn, quite a popular wild camping location. See 2 tents there. I know there was 2 or 3 down that way as well, because they just walk up, and probably about an hour's walk, but it's a beautiful location. Right in the distance, the other side of Windermere, is the flat-topped Ingleborough, and I'll be on that in a few weeks' time, hopefully on the Yorkshire Three Peaks Challenge. We've taken a direct line towards the tents from Pavey Ark over Thunnock and Knott, and about to arrive back again. How's it going, Rich?
Very good, thank you.
Thank you very much for the invite.
You're welcome.
It's absolutely stunning, isn't it, today?
It's perfect.
Here's Peter, the Lake District legend, taking in the view. Was. We just ruined it. So I invested in the Jetboil Zip. Although it would be nice to have an alcohol stove, I have got one, but I bought that thinking that I could use that in Australia as well, because at times of the year their alcohol stoves are banned. So shouldn't take very long at all. This is its first outing, so other than using it at home, this is the first time I've used it in anger. So that's it. The sun has disappeared off, and I'm just racking Peter's brains to see if he knows which one it's setting behind now.
I think. I don't know. It'll be like red pike.
No pressure.
I thought it'd be too. I don't think it'd be that high from here. It's a deceiving angle.
Yeah. We'll get back to you on that one.
Yes, definitely.
Someone's lost their mum. So it's around about 10 PM and the light is fading. Rich has just walked downhill as his friend Trev is walking up from the Langdale Valley now, and we're hoping that we'll see them appearing over the ridge just there at any moment. But Pete and I went a walk down and we were soaking in the views for a while, but this is a good pitch. Fantastic views of Gable, and it's good to be here. Here they are. You can see them appearing in the distance there. Literally 5 minutes after I said that they would appear. So the light's almost gone now. And it's time to hit the hay. It's around about 11 o'clock, so I'll see you all in the morning. Probably up early for a sunrise. Catch you later. So after a reasonable night's sleep, a pretty spectacular sunrise, we've left no trace, and we're going to go and tick off some more Wainwrights on day 2. So the first 2 of the day are Loft Crag and Pike of Stickle, and then we're going to head around, taking a route that is yet to be decided, up towards Scafell Pike over the back there. So I slept reasonably well last night. I always find that it takes a couple of nights to get really bedded down properly. I definitely overinflated the mattress. The Thermarest Venture VW, or WV, I always fully inflate it and then let air out when I go down to sleep. And yeah, I don't think I let enough out last night. So we've just stashed the packs just beyond the peat hag there. And we're heading up the Pike of Stickle first.
Right.
Pike o' Stickle. Alan Craggs.
Just reviewing these walking.
Nice to meet you again, Peter.
Nice to meet you, mate.
See you again soon.
Trev.
So we said our goodbyes to Peter on Loft Crag, and the next Wainwright of the day is Rosset Pike, which is right in the distance there. But first, it's time to harvest some more water. It's going to be a warm day today. Peter's got a little device, thermometer, and it was saying 22 degrees already, and it's only around about 9:15, so got to keep taking the water, definitely. So I've been using this for a couple of days now. When I first saw it, I wasn't sure, but I actually quite like this. But we'll wait a few days, a few weeks, a few months or whatever, and see how we go. But I like the fact that obviously I've got the Sawyer Mini with me as well, and I've put that in line on my water bladder, so that's really handy. But this, just for filling up and getting water on the go, it's ideal at the moment. But we'll see how we go. I was expecting to see path, stonework and stuff like that, but it's fleeces shearing up on the fells. Welcome to Rosset Pike. Short stop here, then we're going to head down to Tarn for lunch, and then it's the climb up to Escores, and then up over to Scafell Pike. So we've had a really good lunch, we've filled some more water, and we're getting on it again.
We're going home now.
We're going home. Rich and Trev are going for Great End. I've done it a couple of times before, so I'm going to wait with the bags. Rest the legs a little bit. Not long till Scafell Pike now. So it's the final slog up the scree slope. Great gable in the background there. Almost there. And we're there. The top of England, Scafell Pike. It's good to be back here. The views are amazing. I'll try and get out of the wind. Sorry about the wind noise. So we're now heading off Scafell Pike towards Lingmel and then down to the Wasdale head in. I'll flash on screen now some of the archive footage from other trips up Scafell. But it's a beautiful day today. Thankfully it's a little bit more sheltered off this side. And as I say that, it starts to become windy again. But it's been a beautiful day for it. I'm looking forward to some cider down at the Wasdale head in. Behind us is Scafell, and one winter my friend Keith and I camped just down there, and we went up Lord's Rake. That was a very, very interesting climb. Pub, that away. So we've joined the path that bends around the flanks of Lingmel. So I'm going to guess about 45 minutes to the pub. So in 45 minutes time I will have a pint of cider or traditional ale in my hand. We're going to treat ourselves to food as well if they've not stopped serving. Don't want to get my hopes up yet. I do have an overwhelming craving for chips. There she be, right in the distance. The legendary Wasdale Head Inn. And we're now down in Wasdale. Whew. It's good to be back here, it really is. We've got no real plan about what happens after the pub. We may end up camping just at the pub campground there. We'll see. So we're now leaving the Wasdale Head Inn and we're going to head around Mosdale and just find somewhere to pitch once we arrive on the access land. Good old Great Gable, looks amazing from any angle. So I think the rough plan at the moment is that we're going to camp up here and then in the morning head up Kirk Fell, head up the Great Gable, and then from there on we'll see what happens. We've got one more night out and the weather is due to be good. So we found a good spot. We'll be able to wake up to the marvel that is the Mosdale Horseshoe. Fingers crossed, fantastic views in the morning and another good day in store. Catch you tomorrow. Good morning and welcome back to the Lake District. It's now day 3 and I had a really good night's sleep last night. What a stunning location to wake up to. I've been awake for about an hour and a half, something like that. It's around about 8 o'clock now. As soon as the sun came over the flanks of Kirk Fell there, I thought I need to. I went and got a bath. Just jumped in the river. And now it's breakfast time. So I think I mentioned yesterday, the plan is to head up Blacksell Pass there, over Kirk Fell, over Great Gable, and then we're going to see what happens after that. But what a stunning area. It's going to be another scorcher. So it's time to pack away. So we've left no trace whatsoever. Time to get moving. So we're now at Blacksell Pass, and after a short 5-minute break, we're going to tackle the western flank of Kirk Fell. This one certainly gets the heart rate up. How are we feeling, boys?
Mint, mate.
It's very loose, but won't be long until we're topping out and it should be relatively level over to the summit. Blacksell Youth Hostel in the distance there. Very, very loose section this. Quite exposed as well. Always the way. You scramble up something like that And there's a path just there. Oh well. I say path, it's a good grade of scramble. What a beast. Oh, that's a monster. The last time I came this way was 2014 and we had full kit on. We were doing the Wasdale horseshoe. But the path's definitely deteriorated, it seems, since the last time. Either that or my memory of it is faded. Whew. We're there. Feels much better to be on a grassier slope. And do you know what? I think the Wainwright guidebook and other routes that I've seen just tell you to follow these pegs down, these fence posts. And it looks like there was an easier path.
That's the Wainwrights.
So this is the fantastic summit of Kirk Fell. Amazing 360 views. Steve-O and I in 2014 camped just on the grass bank there after coming up straight from the Wasdale head in. And the previous visits to Wasdale, I'd always said that I'd love to do that climb one day, and we did it, and yeah, the lungs were bursting out of my throat. It was fun though. We're going to head off the edge now down to Beckhead Tarn.
How many bruises and bangs you've got to get?
No water whatsoever in Beckhead Tarn. I imagine it's one of those that only has water in winter or after periods of heavy rain. And then when we came here in 2006 and camped there, we had to go off the edge for some water. We've made the executive decision, because of the timings, we fancy a swim in either Styhead or Sprinkling Tarn, so that's where we're going to head and camp tonight. And we're going to leave Great Gable for another day.
Cool.
Got Green Gable just there, and the path leading up to Windy Gap, which is where we're heading, and the mighty north face of the Great Gable. I was saying the other day that one of the first times I think that I ever solo camped anywhere was on the top of Great Gable. I can't even think what year that was now, but I've got plenty of pictures and footage and stuff like that. It was just an amazing experience, and it made me hungry for more. Great place and great time to be reflective, and that's one of the reasons why I like solo camping so much. But I also equally enjoy, perhaps even a little bit more, meeting new people and having a laugh. It's been a great few days, it really has. So on the route that we did up Kirk Fell, Trev lost his sunglasses, and we've just spoken to a couple that did the same route and they found them. So he is reunited.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
And here we are. And there's a breeze. Whew. A quick 5-minute break at the top, and we're going to head straight back down. So that's Styhead Tarn, and we're heading to Sprinkling Tarn for tonight. We've arrived at Sprinkling Tarn and we're in the shadow of Great End. We found a nice little spot here to camp. Should get reasonable views of the sun setting across that way, even though there's cloud. And we've got the mighty Great Gable in the background there. Time to pitch. It's turning into a really beautiful evening. And thankfully there's a nice little breeze because there are a few ponds around. I just went over the corner there and there's a lot of midges, but they're trying to stay out of the breeze. But yeah, Sprinkling Tarn. What an amazing place. Some great light on Great End at the moment. Sadly it's the last night, but hopefully make plans probably later in the year to get back here again. It was to be expected, but it's quite busy here this evening. There's another tent right in the distance just there. Looks like there's a couple of people, and there's two more people over there that are pitching just beyond the mid-ground there. And it looks like there's two more people arriving over there now. I think we've got the best spot though. And that's it. The end of another fantastic day. We've just been relaxing outside the tent, chatting and watching the stars appear and the space station go across. It's around about 11:15. I'll see you in the morning. This is going to be one of those, once you start sliding, that's it. No swearing. Welcome back to the Lake District. This is a lot colder than I thought it was going to be. We said we were going to do it, so we've got to do it. So that was good. Did about, what was it, 10 lengths? 10 minutes. Probably not even 10 minutes, feels like 10 minutes. You have to wake me up anyway. So I've got the Google Pixel 2 XL with me, and it's supposed to be waterproof, but I never 100% trust these things. So it's inside the aqua pack. I got some footage, or I thought I got some footage underwater, but I think the moment I head underwater it thinks I'm pressing the buttons. So yeah, that was quite very refreshing in fact. One thing that I have found with the Lux Hex Peak so far is that if it's windy, these like draw strap things tend to undo, so I've been tying like a little quick release knot in it so it doesn't undo. You see what I mean there? Ordinarily it'd do that and then you'd be out in the middle of the night. No trace left whatsoever, as is the way. And we're now going to head for Seathwaite Fell while I dry off a little bit. There's a few small little tarns on the back of Seathwaite Fell here. Perfect little camping spots, you could have your own little private swimming pool. Seathwaite Fell. Amazing views back down Borrowdale towards Derwent Water. Skiddaw and Blencathra right in the distance. Not bad. We're now back at Angle Tarn. Time to restock on some water before we head over the top into Langdale. That is a pretty special view. So we were up there on day 2, and in the evening of day 1, the Langdale Pikes. Some beautiful views from this path. Seems to zigzag down for quite a long time, but absolutely stunning views down the Langdale Valley. That small bit of shade just there is looking perfect. I'll sit there for a while and wait for the guys to come down. I've just spoken to a couple on the way up. They came over from the east coast this morning and apparently it's raining over there. And I could see when we were higher up that there was a lot of cloud on the eastern fells, so I think we're just going to miss any bad weather. We really have timed it perfectly. We couldn't have timed it better, to be honest, with this 4-day adventure. It's been amazing. Someone's trying to escape. I don't think so. And we're back down in Langdale at the new Dungeon Gill Hotel, and Trev has parked his car in this field here. So we're going to go for some food. Once again, I need chips. And that is it. It's been a fantastic 4 days. Huge thanks to Rich for inviting me in the first place. It's been a really great experience. Great to see Peter again, great to meet Trevor, and yeah, all that's left now is the drive back down to Derbyshire. So I'll put some links in the description for everyone's social networks and websites and stuff like that. I'll put some details on screen about mileage and ascent over the last few days, but as always, if you've watched this far, thank you very much. It's probably been a long video, and I'll speak to you all again soon. Bye for now.